The Stones Grave of King Sidabutar. Selamat datang para tamu sekalian di Desa Tomo, pintu gerbang Pulau Samosir.
Welcome guests to Tomo Village, the gateway to the island of Samosir.
Saat ini kita berada makam kuno kubur Batu Raja Sidabutar yang sudah berusia 450 tahun.
We are currently in the ancient tomb of the 450 years old king of Sidabutar's stone grave.
Sebelum saya memulai penjelasan tentang tempat ini, marilah sama-sama kita mengucapkan Horas 3 kali sebagai salam untuk penduduk sekitar. Horas, Horas, Horas.
Before I start explaining about this place, let's say Horas 3 times together as a greeting to the local people. Horas, Horas, Horas.
Baiklah, kata Tomo berasal dari kata mok-mok yang artinya gemuk atau subur.
While the word of Tomo comes from the word momo that means corpulent or fatal.
Dahulu kala, sekitar abad 15, desa ini terkenal dengan desa yang subur, dipimpin oleh seorang raja yang bijaksana.
In ancient times, around the 15th century, this village was famous for its fertile village presided by a wise king.
Nama raja tersebut adalah Ompu Sibuntu Sidabutar.
The name of the king is Ompu Soribuntu Sidabutar.
Ini makamnya.
This is the tomb.
Sebelum ia wafat, ia berwasiat kepada rakyatnya agar bila ia wafat tidak menguburnya dalam tanah, tapi dalam sebuah peti batu.
Before he died, he made one's will to his citizenry when he didn't bury him in the ground but in the sarcophagus.
7 hari setelah kematiannya ditanam pohon hari-hara. Hari artinya hari, hara artinya 7.
After 7 days of his death, hari-hara tree was planted. Hari means day, hara means 7.
Di atas makam ini ada selendang 3 warna, hitam, merah, dan putih.
Above this tomb there is a scarf of 3 colors, black, red, and white.
Ini melambangkan 3 dunia, alam dewa, manusia, dan hewan, serta alam kegelapan. Banua Ginjang, Banua Tonga, Banua Toru.
It represents the 3 worlds, the realm of gods, humans, and animals, and the realm of darkness, Banua Ginjang, Banua Tonga, and Banua Toru.
Kemudian seperti yang kita lihat bersama, ada sosok patung anak kecil di depan atas kuburan ini.
As we can see together, there is a statue of a small child above this grave.
Patung ini melambangkan cucu raja ini.
This statue symbolizes the grandson of this king.
Semasa hidupnya, raja ini sangat sayang dengan cucunya, sehingga kemanapun pergi selalu digendong di bahunya.
During his life, this king was very fond of his grandson, so that wherever he goes, he is always carried on his shoulder.
Ia berharap suatu saat kelak cucunya ini akan memiliki kekuasaan yang melebihinya.
He hopes that one day his grandson will have more power than him.
Nama cucunya tersebut adalah Ompu Soribuntu Niujung Barita Sidabutar.
His grandson's name is Ompu Soribuntu Nibarita Sidabutar.
Gelarnya Raja Naibatu.
His title is King Naibatu.
Gelar ini diberikan karena ia memiliki watak dan kemauan yang keras seperti batu.
This title is given because he has a character and will as hard as a rock.
Setelah Raja Sidabutar mangkat, ia digantikan oleh cucunya ini.
After King Sidabutar died, was replaced by this grandson.
Inilah makamnya.
This is his grave.
Raja kedua ini terkenal dengan kesaktian dan ketampanannya.
The second king is famous for his magic and handsome.
Ia sangat disegani baik kawan maupun lawan.
He was highly respected by both friends and foes.
Semasa hidupnya, dia tidak pernah memotong rambutnya yang panjang, karena itu letak kesaktiannya.
During his life, he never cut his long hair because that was where his magic lied.
Dan apabila ia berhasil membunuh musuhnya, ia akan menyapukan darah musuhnya ke muka dan rambutnya yang panjang, sehingga bertambahlah
And
kesaktiannya.
if he succeeds in killing his enemy, he will wipe the blood of his enemy on his face and his long hair, so that his power increased.
Di bagian bawah makam ada ukiran patung pria memakai peci.
At the bottom of the tomb, there is a carving statue of a man wearing a cap.
Ini melambangkan Tengku Moh Said dari Aceh.
It symbolized Tengku Mohset from Aceh.
Beliau diutus Sultan Aceh untuk menyebarkan agama Islam ke tanah Batak, namun gagal karena pengaruh kepercayaan Parmalin sangat kuat pada masa itu.
He was sent by the Sultan of Aceh to spread Islam to the Batak lands but failed because the influence of the Parmalin belief was very strong at the time.
Akhirnya beliau bersahabat dengan Raja Naibatu dan diangkat sebagai panglima perang kerajaan.
Finally, he became friends with King Naibatu and was appointed as the royal warlord.
Di bagian belakang malam terdapat patung wanita membawa mangkuk di kepala.
At the back of the tomb, there is a statue of a woman carrying a bowl on her head.
Ini adalah Anting Melala Borusinaga, kekasih raja, wanita tercantik di Pulau Samosir.
These are the Malala Borusinaga Anting, the lover of the king, the most beautiful woman on the island of Samosir.
Namun sayang, di hari pernikahan mereka tiba-tiba Anting Melala berubah pikiran menolak sang raja untuk menjadi suaminya.
But unfortunately, on their wedding day, Anting Malala suddenly changed her mind, refusing the king to be her husband.
Ternyata ada raja lain yang diam-diam jatuh hati dan mengirimkan guna-guna kepadanya.
It turns out that there is another king who is secretly in love and sent magic to her.
Raja Naibatu merasa malu dan murka di depan para undangan.
King Naibatu felt ashamed and angry in front of the guests.
Dengan kesaktiannya, dia berusaha menyembuhkan Anting Melala.
With his magic, he tried to heal Anting Malala.
Karena ada dua kekuatan hitam dan putih dalam tubuh Anting Melala, akhirnya ia menjadi gila.
Because there are two black and white powers in Anting Malala, she finally goes crazy.
Anting Melala lari ke hutan dan tak ada yang tahu kemana rimbanya.
Anting Malala ran into the forest and no one knew where she was.